Did you hear about the man who was charged with triple homicide for murdering his family because they tried to kick him out the house? 77-year-old Patrick Waite of Indiana is now facing 3 murder charges after shooting his wife, her mother, and her adult son. And he shot all 3 family members at point-blank range in the head. On a random Thursday in May, Patrick came back home from shooting a snake that he found on his property, and he and his wife Alma got into an argument as usual. Although Patrick and Alma had been married for 2 years, Alma wanted a divorce, and they had talked about a separation, but Patrick really didn't want a divorce from Alma. As they argued, Patrick noticed that Alma was holding a stack of paperwork, so he asked her what it was. Alma informed Patrick that she had filed a quitclaim deed on their house and put the house in her daughter's name. Patrick was livid. He knew she was planning to divorce him, and he told her he was not leaving that house. It turns out that Patrick had bought that house in 1998 with his ex-wife Nancy, and then Nancy passed away in 2019. At that point, Patrick became the sole owner of the house. And then years later, when he married Alma, somehow Alma became the sole owner of the house. And after Alma became the owner, she added her daughter to the deed, leaving Patrick out. Now she was standing in front of Patrick telling him that the paperwork she was holding claimed that her daughter was the sole owner of the house. And he had no rights to it, even though he had been living there for more than 25 years. Even though Patrick used to own the house, her entire family had moved in. Patrick tried to reason with her, but she kept arguing, telling him he better get ready to get out. As he stood there watching Alma cuss him out over a house that he had been living in for more than a quarter of a century, Patrick remembered that he still had the gun on him from when he went out to kill that snake. So he pulled out the gun, aimed it at Alma, and shot her right in the head. Then he heard her sons in the living room screaming at him, so he walked over to the living room and shot them in the head too. Then he looked to his right and saw Alma's mother laying up in a medical bed, and he shot her in the head too. He snapped out of it, put the weapon down, and called the police, telling 911 that he shot 4 of his family members, and he'd be waiting for the police to show up outside his garage. 3 out of the 4 people he shot that day died on the scene. After he was arrested, Patrick said that he knows what he did was wrong, and that he knows God would never forgive him, and that he didn't deserve to live. His rage took over that day, and now he's about to pay a heavy penalty for the 3 lives he took. What do you think could have stopped his rampage? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Te-Erika with the T. Follow for more.